Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Rich in the Philippines. First off, wanted to say sorry for the sound of the last video. I'm trying new cameras, new mics, new techniques. Some of them work, some of them don't. The sound was a little low, it slipped by me. Think I got it fixed now. Secondly, I wanted to say thank you to the people who got past the sound issue and left some really great comments. I'm grateful. They were informative. I really appreciated them. The name of this video is called Stoicism and the ExPat. About a year ago, year and some change, I started looking at different things that were going on. Actually, from the beginning, I started doing that. But a year ago, I stumbled across Stoicism and Marcus Aurelius and some of the other teachings of Stoicism. You know, I've been following, whether it's Zig Ziglar or whether it's Tony Robbins, Dwayne Dwyer. I've always looked for positive input in to make positive input out. And Stoicism is really kind of interesting, and it helped me to develop 5 rules. I call them 5 ExPat Stoicism rules that I've been following since I started to learn more about it, and since I really was looking for some clarity on my time here. And rule number 1 is be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. And what does that mean? So when I first came here on my exploratory, and that literally was over 2 years ago, one of the things that I noticed, many things I noticed, I was in Cebu and I met this couple, really nice Filipino couple, and we developed a relationship and we were talking, and I asked her if I could ask her and her husband some open questions about the Philippines. They were techies. They worked in IT for a company down in Cebu, really nice people. And so I asked her a set of questions that had been bothering me really since day one in the Philippines. And she gave me some really upfront and frank answers. They were on things like trash. They were on animals. They were on selfies. I have never been involved, even though, you know, I've been in the broadcast and actually on the outskirts of the independent film, I'd never seen a more selfie taking culture in my life. And she was really helpful to me on many things. On the garbage, and I thought about this, I have been involved, you're gonna laugh when I tell you this, I've been involved in garbage for decades. My very first gig with a camera was working for the man who invented the guppy-bellied dump truck. And so he hired me to take video 5 days, 8 hours a day at one of the biggest transfer stations in the West Coast, right across the street from Candlestick Park. You could actually smell the garbage in Candlestick from this transfer station. And my job was to shoot video and to see if I could break down what the recycle rates were, you know, 50% concrete, whatever it was. So I saw some garbage. I guess that's the point of my story. With that being said, that the garbage, our dealing with garbage in America has been thought out, well, or not thought out for a long, long time. You know, whether it's landfills or taking it out to sea, whatever, we have been able to come up with plans for our garbage. And she informed me, and I have to agree with her, that, you know, that the Philippines really is a growing country. And I don't want to get into politics about garbage. I'm just saying that she helped me look at it in a different way. And the animals, she helped me look at it in a different way. So the rule number 1 is be tolerant with others and strict on yourself. And strict on yourself means that, you know, control your thinking, control your physical actions. I get it that many people are retired here. They want to sit on the couch and watch YouTube and Netflix all day. I've said it 100 times in these videos. You do you and I'll do me. But for me, I want, you know, I don't want to do that. I don't want to fall into bad thinking. I don't want any of that. So, and being tolerant with others here is really helpful, you know, again, whether, like I said last video, whether it's waiting in queue or whether it's dealing with the customer service or people karaoke, you know, it'll pay off in the long run to be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is really a difficult one for me, Stoicism and the expat, is don't be heard complaining, even to yourself. That rule is so difficult for me. I come from America. I think I told you that I had a really nice Cape Cod home in the Midwest. It had all these amenities. It was super quiet neighborhood when there wasn't shootings. I'm only slightly joking. The point is that we have this life we're so gifted with in America, and we come here and it's a different life. It's a different place. It's a different time. And I've had the hardest time. My Filipina she is a great example of optimism with nothing. And I don't mean it like in a bad way. I mean that her optimism is just, it helps me. She's my hero when it comes to, many Filipinos they're my heroes when it comes to optimism. They have nothing and they're happy for everything. And it's really difficult for me. I catch myself complaining about noise all the time because that's like my number one nemesis. And yes, I know it's partly where I live and it's partly the province, so forth and so on. The point is that you either do something about it, and I've been all about that for decades. Don't complain, take action. And with that being said, getting back to the garbage, because, garbage is, what I'm talking about in part number one. So the challenge with garbage that I have here, and I had it in Mexico and I had it in Africa, not so much in different kind of garbage in Ireland. The point is that I finally decided with that rule to be part of the answer instead of just complain and bitch. And with that, I mean, I'm doing a video called Trashapalooza, where I'm actually picking up trash and I'm actually creating signs. I'm actually working with other Filipinos to address the trash issue. So the point of it is, don't be over complaining is rule number 2. And I would take that one step further and, be part of the answer. Don't be part of the problem. It's really tough for us Americans not to bitch and complain. It is for me. Tell me about your issues about complaining. And many of you, somebody said that very kindly that I'm very chill. And I was surprised to see that because I actually shared your post with many of my friends because I don't look at myself as very chill, being very much involved in, I mean, maybe this is why, very much involved in martial arts, that, inside I don't feel chill oftentimes. And I like this rule a lot, and I strive for this rule, is limit yourself to the present. That's rule number 3 of the Stoicism expat. Limit yourself to the present. Enjoy this moment. We are in a different chapter. We're in a different place. We're in a different time of our lives. We're doing things that people in America only dream about doing. And you're dreaming about it too. I don't know where you're at on your move here, whether it's you're coming here in 3 months, 2 months, whether you're here now, whether you've been here for 7, 5 years, whatever, whether you're a year away. You have to start somewhere. With that being said, even when I was planning to come here, I was really enjoying the time of my life in America, whether it was in the West Coast with my best friends, getting ready to hop on the plane, or whether it was in the Midwest, wrapping up my house. I was involved in a theater program, so there was a lot of good things happening now. And there's a lot of good things happening in your life right now. And really different, to be honest with you, to live it in the present has been another challenge for me. I am called Mr. Whiteboard. Back in America, when I was a manager, I would have you crack open your calendar. And if there was white space, we had a problem. I wanted to know you were planning and you were looking into the future. And I still am like that too, but I'm much more enjoying the moment. I'm much more enjoying making this video right now with and for you. And tell me down below if you are living in the moment too. I think that, Steve talks about being in God's waiting room, and I've told you before, I'm not a huge believer in that. I mean, as far as I didn't come here to wait to die, I came here to live. And I'm really thinking that many of you came here to live too. So live in the moment. Stoicism, rule 3. Rule number 4, choose not to be harmed by others, and they won't be able to harm you. I've been following this rule for decades and decades. I have a family member And I call this family member a paper cut, because everything that happens to this family member hurts them, hurts their feelings. It's a plot against them. You meant to be mean to them. And, life isn't always about that. I choose to ignore a lot of the stupid posts. I mean, let me rephrase that. I choose to ignore people who I don't know that say crappy things to me. And I hope you do too. And as an expat here in the Philippines, look, there's going to be people that don't like us, that don't like you, either for your personality or the fact that you're just a foreigner. Now, with that being said, I found very few people that dislike me, because I'm a foreigner. I have found many, many more that like us and find us interesting because we are foreigners. The point is that I choose not to look at the minority and make it my majority. If some, sick uncle is posting lies about you or me, I don't know that cat. I don't know. His opinion means nothing. Let it be. So choose not to let other people harm you, and it's how you take that. That's rule number 4. Rule number 5, no matter what anyone says or does about you, don't let it change your mission. Don't let it change your day. It kind of goes back to rule number 4. And that's, again, no matter what anyone says or does to you, that's them. That's not you. It shouldn't change the fact that, you're going to go feed the stray dogs, or that you're going to go swimming in Batangas, or that you're going to go take pictures of the monkeys, or you're going to go for a motorcycle ride and go with other riders and help them. Don't let other people's bad mojo ruin your day. I know that doesn't sound very stoic, but it is. And it's part of the no chaos zone that I try to create for my life. If you want to, in my younger days, I'll be honest with you that I sometimes was drawn towards partners that were they were crazy. They really were. And I kind of thrived off that. And as I got older, I was like, oh man, that person is just an S show. I mean, and now that I'm here, my Stoicism expat rule is, I don't care, what you do and how you do it. It's not going to change my mission. I'd be interested, and I'm always interested to know what you guys think. Is anybody else following the Stoicism? It's not, it's not 100% of the answer. Nothing is. However, I hope that this can help you in your planning, in your stages of coming here. This has been Rich in the Philippines. Looking forward to your post back. Have a great day.